MandaloreGaming, everybody. Welcome to solo ReacTalk. Today, or this morning, I'm going to be reacting to a video requested by AlphaShocker7458. It's called Cabela's. Yes, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011 Accursed Hunting Game. Yeah, we're back with the Cabela Dangerous Hunts. I think the one I watched before was 2012 or 2013. Yeah, I think that was the last one, the Cabela Dangerous Hunts, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready to see so many animals die, because in Uganda with Jacob and Luke, they wiped out an entire species of, what are they, black lions, I think. Yeah, I think they were like black lions. Yeah, they killed them off. They killed off a lot of animals in Uganda. So yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for this one. Are we also going to be shown a conversationist, someone who protects the wildlife but is actually a hunter, just like Jacob and like Luke? I'm just wondering about that. But yeah, let's see what this one's all about. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011 Accursed Hunting Game. Alright, on MandaloreGaming. Remember, if you want to check out the original video as well as MandaloreGaming's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. If you want to check out my previous reaction to other MandaloreGaming videos, remember that the playlist card is going to be at the top right here. Just click on it and you'll be able to access them. And yeah, let us start with this campaign of extermination. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's a safari, alright.
Are you sure it's a safari or special forces?
Last Halloween, many were exposed to Cabela's Dangerous Hunts for the very first time. Dangerous Hunts 2013 is a magical game.
Yeah, 2013, yeah. Ooh.
Summed up, it's the story of a psychopath out to kill any animal larger than his car keys, with underlying strange lore implications the whole way through, and it's all through the lens of a major retailer. I said that I thought it was the greatest hunting game ever made, and I still think that. But people did ask, why not do Dangerous Hunts 2011 first? There are a few reasons for that. For one, I knew the game had some sequences that are basically the test versions of the 2013 ones. The game plays a lot more like a traditional rail shooter, and unlike 2013, it never came to PC, and emulation had its own pile of quirks. But with time, all has healed, and we can properly enjoy this 2013 companion piece.
Welcome, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011. Let's start.
Just be warned, this may have only raised more questions. Okay, let's take it from the top. Well, just like 2013, the main menu music is incredibly honest.
Oh, that's foreboding. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011 Special Edition.
Ah, that's what we like to see in hunting games around here. Menu music that gives me fond memories of the Alien opening. I can't wait to see what my favorite sporting goods store has for me this time. Anyways, the special edition has the option of cartoon mode. The
Cartoon mode? Why would you need that?
definition of cartoon here is loose. If you want everyone to look unfinished and terrifying, I guess I could
No. Why? Why? Ew. This doesn't look nice, guys. No. Who decided on this cartoon mode?
recommend it, but we're gonna skip this.
Or maybe it's less scary for some people, if it's like this. If it's less detailed and there isn't much light, reflecting on the different objects or the people or the landscape, maybe it just makes it more calming. I don't know.
This our first way through. There is something familiar about that picture, but we'll worry about it later.
Isn't that Jacob and Luke and... No, that's not Jacob and Luke. Is it? Is it Jacob in the middle? He looks like Jacob, but I'm not sure. And that's not the father. No. Okay, these are different people.
Later. New campaign, normal difficulty.
Keep your voice down and watch your step. I don't want this thing to hear us coming. All right, headlamps on.
Huh. Didn't bet on the cold open in the subterranean elephant graveyard. Or maybe something else.
Yeah, like, what other creatures do we have that have bones that large? If it's not a giraffe, and it's not a hippo, then yes, it definitely has to be an elephant. Or, no, but then if these were whale bones, they would be fossilized into the rock. They wouldn't be exposed like this. So yeah, definitely, it must be elephant or giraffe or hippo. But how did they get down here? Because elephants don't go into caves. And there is no animal currently that can drag an elephant into a cave. Especially with bone structures this large. So how did they get in here?
Get a load of that. I gather we aren't the first hunters to come this way.
And this is where you get your first meeting with the control scheme. You look around and aim like a rail shooter, but you still control your legs separately, which is about as awkward as it looks.
Man, this reminds me of, what was it called again? The Haunting? The Realms of the Haunting. Yeah, made on, well, it's a game review made on Roscott, Accursed Farms. Yes, Ross's Game Dungeon. If you guys want to check that out, you know, just check out Roscott's, or should I say Accursed Farms YouTube channel. I'll put the video at the top right here. Yeah, okay.
But it does give it some advantages over 2013, which I'll talk about a little later.
I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this job. They're not paying us enough. What was that?
We are not the hunters here.
Hyenas?
The Kafta is hunting us.
The Kafta? Okay.
Take it easy, Mbeki. I don't believe...
Mbeki. Okay, interesting name, Mbeki. And the... What do they call it? The Kafta. Alright, is it some sort of hyena species? Like the black lions in the 2013 game?
Even fairy tales. It's probably just...
Kill the lights!
I've got doubts about this.
See? Nothing to worry about. Get out!
Shoot! What are you doing? Shoot the gun!
You alright, sir?
No. Oh my gosh.
Get ready. Cabela Spring Great Outdoor Days is here. It's our biggest sale and event of the season with huge discounts on the latest gear from all your favorite brands.
It had been years since I'd last set foot on my family's land. My father was never an easy man to get along with, but I knew how much this hunt meant to him. I had no idea what was waiting for us in those cold woods. No.
Okay, this does not sound like Jacob, so this is a different character. Okay, character player, okay.
No idea that my life was about to change forever.
So this all fed into a 20-year time skip, where you listen to an old man marvel at nature over Lord of the Rings music. It's a bit jarring after the cryptid attack and brooding Troy Baker.
The first time we walked these woods, you boys were just pups. And I had to carry you up the trail on my shoulders. You wanted to hold my rifle, but your hands were too small for the trigger.
Hang on, there is some unpacking to do, but that voice.
Be patient. You want the buck, but you don't have a shot yet.
That's Dad from 2013's voice. Like, he's speaking a little more folksy, and the microphone isn't quite up to snuff, but it's him. I checked. I guess they just had him play the dad across both games.
And it seems like in both games we're starting out with the families out in the wilderness, well, in the forested areas of, I'm assuming it's America, and, you know, they're hunting the animals in the forest. Yeah. What, is he also going to be killed by a bear, like in 2013?
Starting off strong this round. Regaling us with a story about how his young son wanted to hold his gun but his fingers were too small for the trigger means that he tried that shit. And I'm really fucking unhappy to see a mountain lion already.
Your ancestors were among the first settlers to lay eyes on those hills. For 7 generations, the Rainsfords have hunted these woods. fished in these streams. This land is in our blood.
Okay, so this time he's Samson Rainsford instead of,
I don't remember their family name of Jacob and Luke. I'm sorry. I don't remember that. I remember Jacob and Luke, but I don't remember, their last name.
their dad.
Listen, boys. The wind is talking. It says, welcome home.
It's not saying that.
Alright, he might be a bit quirky, but he loves the outdoors. Please be a normal field trip.
I thought
With guns. There is no such thing.
I heard the wind say something about picking up a sandwich before we hump all the way out here.
I don't know what passes for hunting with those yahoos in town, but up here we do things differently. No eating, no jawing, and so help me, if I hear that cell phone of yours go off...
Oh! No eating allowed on this hunt. The story is framed that your brother Adrian is the cool, skilled hunter.
Adrian? Okay.
And your character, Cole, is the
Cole. So, Adrian and Cole Rainsfield. Okay.
one who sucks. You've spent too long with city folk things like electricity and cooking, so of course Dad makes you prove yourself. Shoot some icicles, shoot some Alaskan pineapples? What are those? Then comes the live practice with a flock of geese. Dad needs to know I'm committed.
It's always those poor geese, isn't it?
Not bad. Of course, you'll never be the marksman your brother here is.
Really?
I suppose that can't be helped. You favor your mother's side of the family. She wasn't cut out for this country. Oh, I expect she's more comfortable down south with her shopping malls and tofu salads.
How did you and the missus get together when you speak of her this way? I don't understand you. Why did you get into a relationship with someone who is not compatible with your lifestyle? And now you're here complaining about her in front of your sons like this. Why did you do it then? Isn't that the reason why you fell in love with her, that she's different? So what are you doing here now complaining about it? That makes no sense to me.
What about you, boy? You turned vegetarian yet?
The fuck is this? I also love the stare at the ground in shame camera work. Like I didn't just send over a dozen geese straight back to hell. It is interesting how similar the setup is between this game and 2013. Family hunting trip in Alaska with your dad and brother, you're supposed to be the bad hunter. It may be missing a monster attack in the 80s, but we are just one bear-killing dad scene away from almost complete alignment. However,
Yep.
where Jacob was allegedly just going on a fun hunting trip, by the end, you're wondering what the hell park rangers actually are in this setting. Because Jacob is a conservationist in the same way that Doomguy is a conciliator. Here, there is something immediately weird about the Rainsford family.
My father brought me here on my 18th birthday, just as his father brought him. For 200 years, every son of this family has proven his manhood by a hunter's rite of passage, as was the custom of the local tribes.
We've heard this story 100 times, Pop.
Don't interrupt me, boy. You listen up. Today isn't just about Cole. It's about the future of this family.
I like the hand gestures. Don't interrupt me, boy. That is so unnatural. I would look, if I have children, I also want to do that to them. Don't interrupt me, child. Don't interrupt me. I'm talking right now.
We own the land you're standing on, and everything you can see. One day, it'll all be yours.
Kind of sounds like Mufasa from The Lion King. Anything the light touches is our land. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not sure if that's how it was said in Lion King. I can't remember. But yeah, Mufasa.
But only if you can prove yourself worthy of that legacy. You can start by showing proper respect for this family's traditions.
I'll make you proud,
Oh, he's blind in one eye.
sir.
Kiss ass.
I swear it.
Well, I have no doubt about that.
Looking like a Scooby-Doo villain doesn't help his case, but his words seem extremely loaded. What's happening should be straightforward, but with his delivery and tone, it sounds like whatever happens is out of his hands. Why is the future of the family at stake when Adrian seems perfectly fine to carry on the mantle? Also, the family traditions are based off of copying the local tribes. If he owns the land, I'm guessing they're not around anymore. Maybe it was due to their not eating while hunting tradition, but I doubt it. So to further prove himself, Cole must take down a 6x6 elk, also known as a royal bull elk. Thankfully, you can track it down with your hunter's sense, which is oh god. Okay, let's talk more about playing this thing.
Oh, this does not look good. I like the 2013 version better. You know, it just shows you the insides of the animal that you want to kill. You know, it can show you the lungs, the liver, the heart, you know, and you're able to target the animal and it's dead. But this, I don't know what this is.
My hunter sense could be broken, but either way, Classic is a lot more digestible. In theory, this helps you track down animals, which you might do 2 or 3 times. In reality, this is for finding collectibles. There are health packs and piles of ammo around, but these usually aren't too tricky to find. What is tricky is the hidden targets and the experience antlers. You do have to be fairly close to highlight these, and
Experience antlers. Alright.
while it can see through walls, a lot of the marksman targets can be well outside the useful range for this. Because at first it seems like you would slowly track animals with this, you know, like a hunt, but I'll say for now that it's mainly for item finding and later becomes a lot more of a reactive ability, especially when it sometimes highlights objects of interest that you don't actually do much with. As for the other collectibles, finding enough gives you more health, and you can level up to unlock more shooting galleries. I'm only going to hunt for journals since there are extra story bits there, so those are the side activities beyond obliterating wildlife.
So the journal bits, do you read them, or is there like a voiceover that reads it out for you?
Time to pop the elk. Oh right, headshots. Headshots are not the ideal, because if the animal's skull is still intact, you can get a trophy, which gives a little bit of extra XP and health, not a ton to really care about, but after a longer encounter with the beauty of nature, you can hold down the skull button to make all the skulls fly into your face. So if you want to be tactical, break their hearts, not their minds.
I like that line. Good one, MandaloreGaming.
Okay, the elk is dead.
Not bad, bro.
Well, that's a clean kill. Could be you got some of me in you after all, boy. Quickly now, we need to do this fast, while the blood's still warm.
I don't know, I don't like Cole's father, you know? I don't like him. I like Jacob's father. I like Jacob's father better. This guy, no. He just rubs me off the wrong way.
What? Do what?
Whoa, that's kinda gross.
Gross.
What do you mean it's gross, Adrian? Haven't you been killing animals since day 1? So what's the gross now about this?
Boy, that there is a delicacy. Breakfast is served. Fresh elk heart. Bone apple.
Can we cook it first? Can he cook it first? I mean, why does he have to eat it raw? Huh?
Petite.
Oh god, those squelching sounds.
Can I try some?
No, this here is cold.
Did you not just say it was disgusting? Adrian, you're confusing me. You're confusing me.
Bull's heart. You'll get yours when the time comes. That's the spirit. Tastes good, don't it?
I guess the older brother gets first dibs in the heart? Dad might have worms in him that helped cause the divorce.
The scent of a kill can carry for miles up here. We need to get this bull hung and dressed before something smells.
Dad! Behind you!
Man, that was fast. Mountain Lion immediately smelled the dead carcass and was like, okay, there's food here.
It was only a matter of time with them.
Are you alright, Pop? I think Cole just saved your life.
You never leave a wounded animal running loose in the woods. You shoot an animal, you shoot to kill.
Come on, Pop.
Not even a thank you. Thank you, my son. Thank you for saving my life. Not even that. I knew I had some bad EBGBs coming out from you. You're not a nice father. You're not a good father. You're very demanding. Yeah. I like I said before, I think Jacob's father is better. with you, it looks like there'll be confrontations forever. You know, we're always going to be fighting. No.
Cole was just...
No excuses, no exceptions.
You eat that cat's heart right now. I sure wish...
I think he's just embarrassed that he was attacked from behind by a mountain lion. And, you know, he's fallen flat on his face in front of his sons. And his persona as being this, you know, powerful, strong man, this father of the family, has been taken down by a prey, is very embarrassing to him. And now he's exerting out that frustration on his son, Cole, who saved his life. He saved your life. You could have been bit on the neck, at the back of your neck, and snapped by this mountain lion. And you don't even have the humility to say thank you, my son. Huh.
Dad got me in the divorce. I have to play my Game Boy Color and watch the Bulls play, when really, my heart is in nature, and I want to take nature's heart and eat it raw. Oh my god.
Wow, looks like you're going home with 2 trophies today.
This isn't about trophies. A wounded predator is a deadly serious matter. Pain makes the beast violent and unpredictable. A fact I am reminded of every time I look in the mirror.
Introspection?
How come you never talk about those scars, Pop? You got those in Africa, right?
It appears we have uninvited guests. Smells like poachers.
Oh god, not poachers. What if they kill our animals? In fact, a lot already seem to want us dead.
They're all dead. Oh god.
Yeah, not poachers, hikers. All dead, not by mountain lion. Even Dad, whose idea of fancy living is hiding between the aisles in Home Depot, has no idea what did this. But you are free to explore on the camp for clues, which is mainly collectibles, but you can find a little note about Dad.
Mark tells me the land we camped on belongs to Samson Rainsford. Well, Rainsford is something of a legend in these parts. An old-school mountain man who spent half his life hunting big game in Africa.
That checks out.
So definitely the journals have an overlay voiceover, if I could say that, you know, reads out the journal to you instead of you reading it. Okay, all right.
Nothing groundbreaking there, but finding the grizzly tracks opens a lot of questions.
It's a grizzly bear, no doubt about it.
A grizzly?
Oh my gosh, the father's going to die at the hands of a grizzly bear.
Something wrong, Pop?
Nothing. It's just not what I expected.
So he did know something. Actually, for his entire ancestral land spiel, he spent a lot of time in Africa. I don't think the ancient tribals were taking Spirit Airlines to hunt across continents. Regardless, everyone agrees the bear must die.
You know there is an airline called Spirit Airlines. I don't know if MandaloreGaming is aware of that. Oh gosh.
It seems your brother doesn't agree.
Except Cole, apparently.
Don't give me that look, Cole. I'm not your kid brother anymore. I can track and shoot better than you. I'm
Okay, Adrian. Okay.
going after that bear. Alone, if I need to.
Oh my god, this is Luke all over again.
Yep.
But before Luke, but still.
If you have a problem with that, Cole, feel free to hike back to the lodge and pack your bags. But if you walk away now, don't you ever come back.
And the stare down of shame returns. Adrian
I honestly don't understand this father. Oh.
is the one who should be doing this. The guy just hears a bear, fires off his gun, and causes an avalanche. This is exactly why you don't get to taste the heart, Adrian.
We never imagined that forest might be home to predators even more dangerous than ourselves.
Really? And this forest has been in the inheritance of your family for generations, and you don't know about the animals that live in your forest? Okay.
Oh no. It's starting. Oh god, Liam Neeson is right about wolves again.
Everybody be cool.
The avalanche separated Cole from his family and knocked him down into the haunted forest. And I don't mean, it looks spooky and there's a full moon. No. There are things you can't quite identify moving just out of frame, and the entire time you hear horrible ghostly wailing, which you shouldn't confuse with the sounds of the animals plotting against you. Did an entire fucking circus escape?
Yeah, there's so many different types of animal sounds in this forest that you'd not expect. Really, like chimpanzee. Oh my gosh, okay.
Alaska's a stand your ground state, so watch me stand while I put you in it. At first, it's only a few skirmisher wolves who look to be protecting these stone archways. They've also borrowed some of Dunland's finest from Saruman to scout for him, and the worst part about the wolves having some scouting birds is that's not based on nothing. There have been plenty of sightings and studies of wolves and ravens cooperating in nature.
Man, MandaloreGaming is a good shot. Really, he has a very good shot. I didn't even see the animals you were shooting at. I just saw the signs, the information there saying headshot. I'm like, wait, I didn't see the animal, but he's shooting at them. Wow.
They can symbiotically hunt together for a meal, which does make sense. Now, would they work together to defend the wolves' rundown vampire castle? I'm having doubts about that one, especially because I can hear that it's filled with horse ghosts. And I have had quite enough of that recently. I hate to say it, but I don't think these are normal wolves.
You okay, Cole?
Even under the Cabela's definition of a normal wolf, which are already typically acting like Polish folklore monsters, but these ones trap you in their midnight fortress for an ambush.
It's another one of those black animals, like the black lions, and now this is a black wolf.
Yeah, no, those were glowing red eyes. Viet Cong wolves are a huge problem, especially with how the audio in this game works. Like, going back to the elk hunt, at this point the elk is maybe 20 meters away from me, but it'll trigger audio that makes the elk sound like it's in your ear. But really, it's nowhere near that close to you. So instead of a single elk whispering sweet nothings, take that effect and apply it to an entire cohort of undead wolves. Sure, you can snap the camera towards an objective, but the slow panning doesn't work well for the wolf mosh pit. I've played this game before. I'm using better equipment now. But good God, is this still hairy. The wolves keep coming. They're climbing over walls to kill me. They're dropping from the cliffs and the roof. When do they end? And
Man, how many of them are there?
I'm sorry, but you might see him getting a lot of headshots not being an optimal hunter, but like Dad said, it's not about trophies. Thank God hunters like us are here instead of poachers. Getting your shotgun back does make things more tolerable, but they're still relentless. I will say that compared to their follow-up game, not having the gun model does weirdly make it feel better. Because there your gun model would roughly point to where you were aiming, but outside of aim down sight, it could be really jittery and awkward. So I don't have that issue, but I've still got problems. Oh, finally.
I really do like the slow motion, you know, what before the animal really, you know, pounces at you, it's in mid-air, slow motion, you target and you fire. That's so funny.
God damn it. Okay, now you escape Wolf Sylvania, and why is there screen shake? Oh my god, fuck off! It's not even that big. Why was there screen shake for that? It's
because the very earth shakes in response to a mountain lion.
Just like Yamamoto said, behind every blade of grass, a mountain lion. And while I'm trying not to get murdered, I'm finding the journals of those who came before, and they also point to something supernatural happening.
New sound last night. A strange, high-pitched noise like a whistle. Mark said it was just a bird, but I'm pretty sure he's lying.
Now I get to wonder, while crossing the barely stable frozen creek, if it was them or the wolves who set up the 800 bear traps. I'm gonna guess the animals because these have not slowed down the wildlife at all. You would need actual landmines to deal with this wolf population. It looks like the birds might be setting them up in front of me. Am I going crazy?
Yeah, I think you are.
It's hard to keep focus while watching out for birds and bear traps. Meanwhile, the cougars and wolves are audibly having duels in the woods for the honor of fighting me. I fell. I don't even want to be here.
I've lost everyone. It's dark, and I have no idea where I am. I should have stayed behind to help the others, but when I heard the screams, I panicked. I keep hearing that whistle.
What could be making the whistle? A new animal? Is Dad behind it?
It could just be the mountains, you know? The air funneling into a very narrow crevasse or some sort of hole, and it's making that hissing sound, that whistling sound. Yeah, it could just be nature, guys. It doesn't have to be a supernatural animal. It doesn't have to be.
At this point in the timeline, the Black Lion Emperor would still be alive, but he's in Africa. The only Alaskan mastermind was...
The bear!
Oh, this is making sense now. This could be the grizzly bear from 2013. Even in that game's flashback sequences, the bear is already scarred.
Wait a minute, so this bear belongs to Alaska, right? This brown bear that Jacob and Luke were fighting against, and you know, that killed his father, that killed Jacob's father. It belonged to Alaska, right? Now these forests where the Rainfields own, where is it based exactly? Is it also in Alaska, or is it in another part of the United States of America? Because if it's in a different part of the United States of America, then that means this bear migrated from its current position in the Rainsfield, estate, and headed all the way to Alaska to escape, probably, Cole and Adrian and their father, probably. If this is the same bear. Yeah, that's an interesting turn of development right there in terms of this bear. Yeah.
It could be from when he was sent here to subdue the wolves. We could be seeing that happening live, but the whistle sound implies that whoever's doing this has control over them. Though it's more likely the bears started punishing them for their failure, as we've seen them do before, and that whole thing went a little bit sour. Also, chronologically, this is 2 years before Jacob's first hunt, so the wildlife should be at or close to max strength since it's right before he showed up. That should be obvious by the way the elk are trying to distract me as the wolves move in. That was the control whistle. Who has the whistle? I fucking knew it, and he doesn't have the scar yet. And I know I'm biased, but this game is making a lot more sense played after 2013.
But, well, okay, fine, the bear can whistle. Hey, this is interesting.
At least when it comes to having nice prequel reveals. As for the actual boss fight, there's nothing to write home about. It's fun to try and drop icicles on him, but apparently he's a Primaris grizzly bear. He shrugs off shell after rifle round like it's nothing. It's mainly just staying out of his way and slowly whittling him down. I did shoot him in the face a lot, but it did take me by surprise when it seemed like I actually killed him. But before you can confirm the kill, your brother shows up.
Bro, that was unbelievable! I just got here. I wanted to help, but I couldn't get a clear shot.
Uh-huh.
Dude, you alright?
Yeah, completely correct.
You look like you're about to have a stroke, man. Take it easy. Don't try to talk. You can tell me about it back at the house. I haven't seen Dad since the avalanche. I don't know where he... Did you hear that?
The bear's not dead. He's calling for backup.
No, that whistling was not from the bear, guys. Come on. I'm telling you, this whistling sound is from nature. Okay, it's from the mountains. And there's a blizzard happening right now. I'm sure the wind is strong and is blowing through some sort of hole through the mountains or a hill. There's some sort of crack somewhere that's producing this sound. Can't be the bear.
Oh God!
Adrian! Oh my gosh, are you being eaten? Oh my gosh. He's not even screaming or anything. He just said, ah! And then... Wow, okay, so the father's not dying, it's just Adrian. Wow.
That was a shockingly calm wolf devouring scene.
Yeah, very calming, in fact. It happened so fast.
10 years passed. My father and I hardly spoke, neither of us willing to forgive the other or ourselves for Adrian's death.
Wait a second.
My father retired to live in seclusion on his private game reserve in Uganda, while I made...
Oh my gosh. Man, Uganda really is the target for Cabela's dangerous hunts. You know, Uganda, it's always Uganda. Now I'm wondering, do Americans, American hunters, do they like going to Uganda for hunting purposes? Is that some sort of tourism, interest for American wildlife hunters? I'm just wondering about that. If you're from America and you're a wildlife hunter, you can comment in the comments below and just explain to me, is Uganda a favored place for American hunters to go and hunt trophies, wildlife animal trophies in Africa? Yeah. Yeah, Uganda, that poor country. The animals are being exterminated by these hunters or by these conservationists. Yeah.
A name for myself as a professional hunter.
It's really all a remix. Special Alaskan family hunt, dad and two brothers. One quote-unquote rookie hunter and the other determined hunter. In one story, dad dies by bear, one brother becomes a game hunter. In this story, a brother technically dies by bear, just wolf underlings. Brother becomes big game hunter. Both families reunite in Uganda 10 years later for a special hunt, but 2013 had this detail.
What's safari in Uganda?
I make it out every year for my dad's birthday.
Yeah, 2013 had really good detail in terms of the landscape. It really looked convincing that this was northern Uganda, bordering with South Sudan. Yeah, it really does look convincing. But the 2011 one,
It was his favorite place to hunt when he was younger. He died before they opened it up again.
So his dad died in 2003, but by 2011, it was opened back up for a new hunt.
Yeah, no, this landscape here is just not working. You can clearly see that this is definitely 2011 and not the 2013, in terms of the environment and how it's been presented here in the game. Yeah, this is just it's just not convincing.
This all lines up so far, but why was Uganda closed down? Also, Samson Rainsford retired here? So much for the hardcore legacy of the Alaskan lands. Though if one thing can shake your resolve, the death of your kid would do it.
After 10 years without a word, my father reached out to me. Soon, we would hunt together again. Not for sport this time, but for redemption.
But how? The bear is alive but wounded in Alaska. Actually, no, Jacob's dad killed it in 2003. Does that mean that Samson knows about the Ugandan Ancient Ones and how things work? Because redemption sounds like targeting the culprit.
Good to see you, Cole. It's been what, 10 years? Too long for a father to be deprived the company of his only son.
It seems like you're changing. Because, back in 2001, you were very irritable to me. You were not really a good father to Cole. But yeah, it seems like you've softened up just a bit, and that's good.
I see you still have few words for your old man. I can't blame you. Some wounds take more than time to heal. I'm glad you came anyway. There's no one I'd rather have at my side on this hunt. Except maybe Becky here.
Oh, they're on a marsh? Kind of like a swamp? Oh, okay, alright. I thought that this was the, like a road in Uganda somewhere in the forests. But no, this is actually a water feature. That's why it's so brown and just flat surfaced like that. Okay, so they're on a boat.
Actually, Dad seems to have chilled out a lot. Maybe redemption is just a healthy relationship with his father, because he didn't have that before.
I've hunted all over the world. I've seen terrible things. Man-eaters, predators driven mad by hunger and disease. But I have never seen anything like what's happening where we're headed.
Never mind.
The attacks began a few weeks ago. Whole families carried off in the night. Nobody knows what's doing the killing. Some say it's a pride of lions, driven to desperation by disease or drought. And Becky here doesn't buy that theory.
Yeah, I also don't buy that theory. There's water here. So where's the drought? No.
I reckon I don't either.
Honestly, I don't see why not.
Make no mistake, son. These beasts we're hunting are pure evil.
They said it?
I know what you're thinking. Words like good and evil have no place in the natural world. And you'd be right about that. There ain't nothing natural about these.
Oh my god! Back in Uganda. Low health, low ammo. What a shit show. I am proud of the game for just admitting the animals are evil. If you hadn't played this, 2013 really made you fill in the blanks to... That was a bat sound effect. Having the wolves wasn't enough, the birds have to be vampiric too?
Pure evil.
No, Pumbaa! Man, even snakes! Oh my gosh! Don't show Jacob's face.
How many animals can there be? How did Jacob have any left?
Backing.
Okay, I made it to the ranger station, and there are more notes discussing that the animals might be acting strangely.
One of the most troubling aspects of this case concerns the ineffectiveness of traps and poisons against these mysterious predators. It's as though these animals have learned to recognize and avoid such traps by sight.
Let's step back for a moment.
They're evolving.
While it is probably more linear than it lets on, the river delta feels sprawling. You can choose between multiple paths at points, but both will probably have snakes and or crocodiles. This makes it one of the most useful sections to actually use hunter sense in. They're still gonna spray venom in your eyes, just less often. Plus there are times where hunter sense flat out will not work. Even staring directly at the footage now, it's still just a blur of being ambushed. I'm amazed they're singling out lions when every animal here wants mankind dead. The level design doesn't have much of a this is the designated whatever animal zone. It's unpredictable what you'll run into, which does keep things tense.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really cool. And because of this marsh, kind of like grassland that's here, these animals are just wild, you know, hidden or camouflaged in it, and they can just surprise you and attack you, especially the crocodiles, especially the snakes, and also the leopards as well. You know, they're very good at, you know, camouflaging in this kind of environment. So yeah, it's very convincing.
He's putting his paw in the glove box. It's already extremely chaotic, but the game
Man, but the wildebeest, like, what do they want?
also has a sadistic streak. They're fully aware that you want to leave no animal alive, so they have some points where they do spawn forever. You can farm them for XP endlessly, but that's what they want, to drain your ammo away for the lions. Or for whatever other animal.
So wait, if you don't have any ammo, can you use a knife? Do you have a knife available to you to use? I'm just wondering about that.
No, that's a trick. It is a death march, the ideal Cabela's safari. When you finally get to a radio to contact Dad, he says keep going, link up again with Mbeki and keep heading to Dad's house.
For the first time since the day Adrian died, I was no longer certain of my own place at the top of the food chain.
The grasslands it's more of the same, but while on the trail, you get Mbeki's insights.
I stopped the villagers from attacking a woman. They said the woman was a witch, and that she had summoned a dark creature called the Kaftar to prey upon them.
The cat dog? Okay.
I remember my grandfather speaking of the Kaftar when I was a child.
You know what? Sure.
Oh, the Kaftar. Sorry, I heard cat dog. Okay, Kaftar. Alright.
It's a demon. The Black Lion Emperor being a literal demon would explain so much. But Mbeki says this is called the Kaftar, the same creature he brought up in the intro, which is not the lion. This has thrown a wrench into me following the story.
Last night I saw these creatures with mine own eyes. They came from the savannah like shadows in the dark. Before I could fire, I heard a strange whistling sound and the beasts fled as one.
Okay, fine. Yeah, there is something out there that's whistling and it's controlling all of these animals. Are we happy now? It's not nature.
The villagers are right. Evil forces are at work here.
Obviously, the bear was still alive in Alaska, and maybe he did do the whistle there. But Jacob's dad blasted him in 2003, so he couldn't be doing the whistle here. It could be the whistle is some kind of power the Emperor Lion can pass on, but I'm not sure yet. But Mbeki knows what's going on.
The villagers are burning the savannah. They believe the attacks on their families are the work of a demon, the Kaftar. They say the Kaftar is a shapeshifter, half man, half beast, like a werewolf, only much worse.
Then the locals seem to have the right idea.
I see in your eyes you do not believe in such things as demons. But I ask you, what animal kills for pleasure? Even the famous lions of Savo were driven to kill by hunger, but these beasts leave the bodies of the dead where they fall.
I'll level with you, Mbeki. There's other reasons I agree it's a demon.
What is more frightening? The thought of a beast with the mind of a man, or a man with the soul of a beast?
Like, whoa, I guess the demon's like, no, you're a target. you know too much, Mbeki. You know too much. You need to die.
The wound is infected instantly, and Mbeki needs antibiotics. It's up to Cole to get him a ride. Oh my god, they did want my decals. They love cars. Maybe I should have played this first, I don't know anymore. Whose truck is this anyway?
Poachers using the fires to cover their tracks.
How? How are there still poachers? Does it even count as poaching if the rare animal's running 5 miles to bite you? This is a high-caliber exorcism, who cares about the moral high ground? But now the poachers are after us, so I guess we can have a little car chase.
The flames have caused the stampede!
Oh wow, here we go again.
The animals are mad with fear!
Wait, this isn't right. We did this already. You can't even shoot the poachers. Oh god, this console was not meant for this kind of action.
Another hurt! Up ahead!
Why is Mbeki's microphone so much worse? It's like an actual beta for the 2013 Stampede.
I've got a bad feeling about this!
Man, Uganda is the place to be. Uganda is the place to be.
Watch out!
Why is it all happening again? It even has the part where you almost fall out of the car, but no deagle this time. It runs badly, and they did the sequence better in the next game, so why stick around?
Make them move!
Move, Buffalo!
Oh, they reused the rhino fight too. This doesn't matter. But hey, Mbeki's gonna be okay.
The friend I spoke of before, you are much like him. My friend died a long time ago, but his spirit lives on in you.
Oh, Mbeki. And then?
Should not have come to Africa. I would not see you fall victim to the same curse that destroyed your father. Go home. You will find nothing here but death.
Now that opened a lot, and the night drags on, and there's an apocalyptic tone to everything.
I still don't understand why he hit Cole like that. Mbeki, what's going on? I understand you don't want him to pursue this demon, and you don't want him to have the curse like his father, but... Oh, okay, alright.
Full moon is back, just like the night Cole's brother died. Mbeki's friend was the one who died in the cave in the start, and you played that character. His spirit living on in you is 100% true. You are him, but is the curse in your father also literal? Like, is he a werewolf? Or could he mean curse as in it ruined his life? Or are there more meta layers to this too? As for the wildfire, it's not slowing down the animals much. If anything, there seem to be even more. I could swear their aggression has gone up too, because look at this river of lions. Maybe the Kaftar is threatened and this is a better defense. However, the Kaftar is also a shapeshifter. It could be hiding as any animal, or anyone. Who was whistling on the mountain that night? There might be a connection in plain sight. I give 2011 credit, it has the actual atmosphere of a good horror game.
While Adrian and Cole were fighting against the bear, where was the father? He's a suspect. He's a suspect. He is a suspect. And he was also, with the other hunters, or should I say Becky and his friend, when they were going after the Kafta. So, I don't know. Maybe he's part of it in some sort of way.
And sure, it'll always lead to some animal jumping on you. It still makes me sad that they don't make these anymore. We do have more realistic and more fantastical hunting games, but none that blurred the line quite like Cabela's did. It's a company that sells fishing gear, and they have an official game where you fight an ancient demon in Africa. This doesn't seem like the kind of plot its clientele would be invested in, but I sure am, especially since Mbecky's journals only get more deranged.
The destruction will be terrible, but we have no choice. We must act now, before we are all dead.
By the time you catch up to him, it's daybreak, he's still wounded, or wounded again, and his hiding spot looks like an old military base. Out here in the middle of nowhere where there's a demon rumor.
The soldiers were long gone. But as I would soon discover, a new army had emerged from the jungle to take their place.
The fuck does that mean?
This is where I first met your father 30 years ago. It was a secret place. An evil place. We should have burned it to the ground.
Why am I getting a military rifle in this level?
You seek the truth. Perhaps you will find it here among the bones of the dead.
I'm really not liking this talking, Becky.
They call it the Nightfall Program, a covert research project. They say they're here to study animal behavior modification, breeding, training, chemical conditioning. They're making monsters, living weapons on a leash.
What on?
So probably this is where the Kaftar originated from this military base where they were experimenting on animals.
On earth were they training out here? More evil wolves or big cats? It's so obvious now. Of course it's this.
Careful now, the baboons have learned to throw rocks with deadly accuracy. Look for cover in the courtyard.
I mean, they were actively jamming me in the 2013 game. I really should have sniffed out the Baboon Super Soldier project. They've mastered small unit tactics and try to suppress
Wait, what are they shooting you with?
you as other baboons flank. Also, what kind of baboons are these? They're horrifying.
Okay, they're not necessarily shooting, but they're throwing something at you. What is that?
Was that Cole's breathing at low health that sounded like a monster? Or was that just the animal audio being badly placed again? Whatever, this is what I wanted. Baboon Waco. Oh god. The best part is it gets way worse inside the base. People bought this game for their grandpa.
Oh gosh.
I'm at a genuine.
How does it survive a point blank shot from a shotgun like that? Man, this is insane.
Loss for words here. Like, what human being can give justice to the baboon holdout firefight while the soundtrack actually uses military-style drums? It's the fact it's so well done. I think that's the key. Like someone at Cabela's corporate said super soldier baboons, but no one was smiling or laughing. Someone in the C-suite had this as an actual recurring nightmare and wanted to do it justice. The downtime sounds like exploring in a Fallout game. The only phrase that keeps going through my brain is, why baboons? The Baboon King would still be alive, so maybe he sent them here to raid the armory. He's got an audio log. Just gotta catch up with him and there he is!
Is he destroying the evidence?
The baboon super soldier base is full of landmines. Are they for the baboons? This is the iconic don't die by landmines or baboons section, and landmines are the trickier one, because if they chain react or you step wrong, you'll die fast. The thing is, you can't sneak through them, you have to blow some up. It's also not clear which government set up the baboon base. I would guess Uganda, but maybe the Illuminati.
Where does the Uganda have the money to do that? No, I don't think so.
Or something is involved and I just missed it. Whoever they were, they hired Samson and Mbeki to capture the Kaftar. At this point, I think you have to conclude it's real.
Locals say it's some kind of demon. Far as I can tell, we're hunting a new breed of hyena. We had no idea what was waiting for us in that cave. After that, the program went off the rails. The research staff lost control, people started dying. They called in soldiers, but it was already too late.
The loading screen undersold it. The baboons actually conquered this army base, and no one could reclaim it for 30 years. It's understandable since there are lion hurricanes outside and highly trained baboons inside, but it could be the government buried this project under the floorboards and never wanted to speak of it again. Then they all charge Mbeki. Maybe they remember him from the 80s or they were taught about him. Now he's dying of big cat infection and baboon scratches and demon energy, and he has taken a lot.
Definitely the Kafta targeted him for, a kill. He knows too much. He knows way too much. He has to go.
Father ordered me to bring you to him, but after what you did for me, my conscience would not permit it. I came here to kill the Kaftar myself. Beware, go. The creature devoured your father's heart. The evil lives on in his blood.
Is that literal or figuratively? I think that was just figuratively, yeah. I don't think that's literal.
The only cure is death.
The only cure is death. This is some roided up hyena. I've got to get down there and finish this.
As I stepped into the yawning mouth of the cave, I heard a sound like the laughter of devils echoing in the bowels of hell. I could feel eyes watching me from the darkness, though whether it was my father's gaze I felt, or the eyes of the beast, I will never know.
Looking back, there have been some interesting running themes. Mbeki said Samson's heart and very blood were cursed. In the start of the game, he had Cole eat a heart. Eating elk heart wouldn't be that uncommon up there, eating it raw certainly is. Even raw liver is fairly risky. There's something ritualistic about the whole thing in a way that doesn't check out for just, oh, the hyena ruined your dad's life. Not to mention, the Kaftar is an actual cryptid, but the legend comes from India and not Africa, though the series isn't known for putting animals where they should be. Also, how is Mbeki protecting Cole by knocking him out in this war zone full of poachers and animals and wildfires? He does.
That's what I want to know.
Respect Samson, and now Cole for helping him, but I think Mbeki planned to kill Cole but couldn't do it when the time came. Probably Samson too. He speaks very literally about everything, and I don't think he'd turn that off just to make an observation on your family. The spirit of Mbeki's old friend is in your body, and your father is cursed and may have already passed it along to you. I think he was out to take down everybody when he got the chance, but then got cold feet. Whether it was out of mercy or fear, we'll never know.
Welcome home, son. It's been too long since we hunted together.
So this Kaftar demon entity or whatever it may be, it resides within the father, possibly, and it might also transfer itself into the son, Cole. And, this is one of the reasons why Mbeki, maybe he wanted to kill Cole's father. He wanted to kill Cole's father and probably also kill Cole because he might suspect that the demon spirit has also transferred into him. Okay, interesting. I guess maybe that's why he kind of knocked him out in the grasslands, I think. I don't know. I mean, yeah, the guy was saying a lot of things, but he wasn't really saying much. He was saying a lot of things that sounded very ominous and important, but also it just didn't really connect with what's going on right now with Cole you know, and his father. Like, he should have just told us from the get-go, from the day one, your father is a threat. Your father has the demon inside him. He has to go. He has to die. At least if he just further explained it in such simpler terms, maybe I would have understood him far quicker. But yeah, interesting.
You're looting tons of ammo and blasting through old bunker doors, and all the while you can find the records of the military studying the Kaftar. They don't know if it's an aberrant or a long-lost species, but it can control other animals. That does explain the swarms of bats have to gun down with an assault rifle. This thing is relentless. My only question is who gave who the animal control ability? The Black Lion Emperor, or whatever this hyena is.
The cave paintings the hunters discovered suggest the Kaftar species has inhabited this area for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years.
That's not that long at all. Is it tied to a biblical event?
You were the eldest, but you were weak. Untested. Don't you see? I needed an heir worthy of our family name.
Did
Okay.
Dad kill Adrian because he was younger? What's happening?
No, definitely the dad is possessed by this Kaftar. Yeah, he's possessed. I think he's been possessed for a very long time, I think.
I loved your brother, Cole. I want you to know that. I never meant for Adrian to get hurt. I wanted to see my boys forged into men, as I was forged, and my father before me, by a baptism of blood.
I've got to admit, even after playing 2013, I didn't expect a baboon super soldier facility that immediately leads to Dagoth speeches from your father. The cave system is covered in paintings and markings, but no stone structures, so I don't know if this is the ancient ones from before either.
And you know, it's sad hearing how the father's talking about Adrian and, you know, how he wanted them to be these powerful, strong men of the family, you know. When I compare it to the storyline with Luke and Jacob, you know, where Jacob was trying to talk to Luke, you know, trying to, convince him that, you know, he shouldn't be fighting against the Black Lions alone. He shouldn't be hunting the Black Lions alone. That we should be doing it together. We should be, as a family, you know, working together to defeat this threat. But here now in this storyline, you know, the father is trying to justify his actions, trying to justify what has happened to Adrian. You know, yes, he's saying that he's sorry, but, you know, it just doesn't really translate for the fact that his son is dead due to his possible actions. You know, his son was eaten alive by those wolves. So yeah, it's just very sad. Because in 2013 it was uplifting. It was brotherly love, you know, that was being shown there. It was Jacob, you know, trying to communicate with Luke, trying to tell him that let's do this together. Don't do it alone. You know, let's be together. Two heads are better than one. But now here in this storyline, the father is just sad.
I thought the wrong son died that day. Could be I was wrong about that.
So he didn't kill him. Interesting. It all comes full circle, back to the Bone Zone from the very start. But now the paintings are obvious. They depict the hyena demon controlling the wildlife. There was always a method behind the madness.
I never thought you'd make it this far. I can see now. I've been wrong about a lot of things.
I should have listened to him, Becky. He told me I'd lost my mind. All these years, planning, preparing for this day. And now that you're finally here, I can't bear to watch another son die. It's time for you to go, son, before it's too late. Come on, I'll show you the way out.
So this creature, the Kaftar, has been manipulating the father this whole time. Yeah, well, it's not really like a demon inside him, but it is controlling him mentally. Alright, interesting.
Were they going to hunt the Kaftar together, or was Samson going to do something to Cole? The years of planning could mean he was training his entire family to come kill this thing, and all the Alaskan tribal connection was just a smokescreen. But the elk blood ritual seemed important. That couldn't just be set dressing.
I know I wasn't the father you wanted. And I need you to know, Cole, how proud I am of the man you have...
Oh my god, fucking baboon landmines.
Wow, just like that.
The beast is real, boy. I know you don't believe. I didn't believe it either. But it's real. As real as you or me. It's close now. Can you feel it?
Oh, he's still alive. I thought he died from that explosion, but okay.
When it's done with me, it'll come for you. It's almost here.
Here we go. Oh, it was a normal hyena the whole time. Bet they feel silly. Okay, it's actually a horde of hyenas. It could be the Kaftar's harem, but I'm not entirely sure hyenas work that way. And frankly, the less I know about how hyenas mate, the better my life is. It's a gauntlet of landmines and pissed off hyenas. And even though pacing-wise this feels like finishing things, it won't be the end of the story.
I've arranged for one of the hunters, an American named Rainsford, to smuggle some of my files out of the country. With that data, I should be able to resurrect the program at a later date.
We knew this wouldn't end things, but 2013 won't be the last safari.
I stepped through the trapdoor and emerged in the hall of my father's house. In that moment, I felt a strange mixture of horror and relief. My worst fears had been realized, but I knew then that I had finally reached the end of my journey. One way or another, the nightmare would soon be over.
There is something poetic about fighting it among all of Dad's taxidermied animals. Was it Dad or the Kaftar that really killed them? Maybe they're under the Kaftar's influence, or maybe it's a response to human presence in the area. For how much is explained, a lot is still left open. It's a fitting final battle, but not the most exciting. I mean, for all that demon hyping up, it looks like a big albino hyena. But after a
I'm still wondering how were they able to drag those elephant skeletons or carcasses down into those caverns. I'm still wondering about that.
long hunt, we've reached the end. Why does he look so similar to Jacob? He could pass for his brother, and the photo looks even more like him.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Not Adrian, not Samson looking like Luke or Jacob's father, but definitely Cole and Jacob. They look very similar.
Is the Kaftar not physical? That's the end of the game. It's not as over-the-top action-packed as 2013, but it makes me fear that game even more, and I feel like I understand even less than I did. Does the universe choose a Kaftar and Safari Hunter to endlessly circle each other forever? One Master Hunter versus one Master of Nature until the end of time? I honestly don't know, but there might need to be another Safari. In fact, I've run numbers, and there are too many adventure games just to cover them on Halloween. It won't be all the time, but there's too many to talk about and more have to come. Have a happy Halloween. I hope I didn't miss something.
The music. Hold on, let's see the image. Oh gosh. Okay. So these are all different characters from different games, maybe? Or is it anime? I'm not sure. Definitely games, yeah.
Will there be a Dark Tide video? There will be more Warhammer videos in general in the next while. There's a lot of interesting games to cover there still, but I definitely needed a cleanser from it. Favorite scary moment in a non-horror game? If it's not a section or level in just a moment, then this one. What is the worst Halloween candy? Easy. Wax lips. Even an Easter treat like Peeps that I hate, I could kind of get. Who
Wax lips?
on the planet is asking for wax lips? Nobody, that's who. Would I move to Silent Hill or Ravenholm? Without a doubt, Ravenholm. I know what I'm in for there. I don't know the details of what to expect from Silent Hill, but I know it won't be a great time. Any horror movie or game that scarred me as a kid. Some of you know the Alien story, but there were other factors with that one. The best answer is an obscure made-for-TV movie called Peter Benchley's Creature. I had nightmares for weeks about sharks dropping down from trees to get me, and Cabela's hasn't delivered that experience just yet. Who knows, maybe these games get some kind of spiritual successor.
You are a conservationist, yes?
Alright guys, yeah, that is it with Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011 Accursed Hunting Game made on the MandaloreGaming YouTube channel and requested by Alpha Shockers 7458. Yeah, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of questions to be answered, you know, in terms of this Kafdar, you know, whether it is some sort of spirit or demon that transfers itself from one animal to another animal, and you know it's meant to be like a deterrent or an answer to humans who hunt other animals. I'm just, you know, still trying to figure that out, you know. But yes, it seems like there's some scientists who've been trying to replicate the intelligence and the abilities of the Kafdar, and you know, trying to make new types of animals that can be controlled and manipulated, probably for military purposes. It's possible. And yeah, you know, the Rainsfield family, Adrian being killed, I'm still thinking, yes, this was not the fault of Samson, the father. However, I would say that he was being manipulated by the Kafdar in some sort of way. You know, the bear is also part of this demon, or this Kafdar's demon spirit. Now, who was whistling during that time when Adrian and Cole were together with the bear on the floor, unconscious? I'm not sure who or what that was. It must have been another Kafdar that was there in the background just watching as everything was happening, and it decided that it was going to bring in reinforcements. And yeah, honestly, I'm just kind of lost about this creature. I need more information. I need more information, but I think what we can agree on is that this demon spirit does transfer itself from, you know, one species to the next, and its main enemy is humanity, especially those who hunt other animals. You know, just like in 2013 with the Black Lion, it only targeted human beings. It only targets, you know, those who are hunting other animals. You don't hear this Black Lion attacking other animals and terrorizing other animals and just killing them for sport or for fun. But it was mainly targeting human beings. And also in this game, 2011, the Kafdar has only been targeting human beings, has only been killing human beings, and not devouring them or eating them, I should say, like how other animals, predator animals, would do. So definitely this spirit or demon or entity only exists to terrorize those who are terrorizing animal life, and that's humanity. Yeah. But I think we do need more information, more storylines based on this game. We need Jacob and Cole to work together. We need Jacob and Cole to work together to, you know, solve this mystery, to solve this supernatural event. You know, I think we need a finalization of the Cabal Dangerous Hunts games, with the third installment, you know, culminating all that has happened in number one, or should I say in 2011 and 2013. Yes, 2013. We need a story that finalizes it, and where we can finally understand what this supernatural entity truly is, and, you know, how do we prevent, you know, more catastrophes or more problems like this occurring, where hunters are being killed by these animals, or communities are being terrorized by these animals that are being manipulated by the Kafdar. Yeah. Very interesting though. And I just saw these lip sweets. Is that what they're called again? Let me just check again. Yeah, these sweets that MandaloreGaming was talking about. Wax lips, yeah. I had, like, why? Why does this sweet exist? Why? Why does it exist? Do you kiss it first and then you eat it, or what? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, the wax lips are definitely interesting. Cherry flavored. Play now, chew later. What does that mean? What does that mean? Play now, chew later. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it with the request from AlphaShocker7458. Thank you again for the request. Thank you also to MandaloreGaming for continuing on with the Cabela's Dangerous Hunts. And yeah, that's it. Remember, if you want to check out the original video as well as MandaloreGaming's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. If you like my reaction, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay? Bye-bye.